I have done some damage lately this past 6 months, and my wallet isn't that happy about it. I do have a bit of a book haul. I don't know how many books there are. There's a lot, that's all I know. The first two books were actually from last year, so like the tail end of last year. There was a bit of a sale on, it was like a buy one get one for half price, is it? Yeah, buy one get one half price. And I decided to get two books because, you know, with that kind of deal, who wouldn't? So the first one is Pachinko by Min Jin Lee. I believe this one is like a generational tale about a Korean family trying to make a life in Japan. The Bee and the Orange Tree by Melissa Ashley. This one follows a woman who, the untold story of the woman who invented fairy tales. And I believe she invented fairy tales as a way of comfort for people, I believe. I'm not entirely sure, but I love this cover. It is so stunning, and I've never heard of this book before. The Cabin at the End of the World by Paul Tremblay. This follows two fathers. They are a married couple. They have a daughter named Wen. They go to a cabin for a holiday. I think it was Wen's birthday. They were celebrating her birthday. Next thing you know, these intruders break into the cabin and say, you have to make a decision, and if you don't make a decision, the world will come to an end. Unpopular opinion, this might be a little bit controversial, but I actually liked the movie adaptation of this book more than the book itself. And I never say that. Never say that. I then have a big hefty compendium, The Walking Dead #4. This is the final one in the series. It follows a group of people who are surviving in a zombie apocalypse, and they face challenges. They face herds of walkers, as they are called, not zombies. The Drift by CJ Tudor. I have also read this one as well. This was an anticipated book of mine, and I really enjoyed it. It follows a group of people. It's kind of, I'm gonna try and be as vague as I can. And so it follows three different people. One of them, so all these people are kind of like stuck somewhere, right? One of them is stuck in a snowstorm in a hotel. One of them is stuck in a gondola it's like a little sky rail gondola type of thing. It's just a snowstorm as well. And another person is stuck in a bus, also in a snowstorm as well. So they all stories interconnected to one, and I loved it. I really thought it was such a very well written, very good book. This is probably the biggest portion of my book haul, but I bought pretty much almost nearly, but not really, the rest of the Attack on Titan series. I have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So volumes 4 to 21 of the series. Been reading it slowly. Oh my gosh, I thought I would have had it finished by now, but no. Been reading it quite slowly. If you haven't heard me talk about this, it follows the remainder of humanity that has pretty much been shoved into 3 walled cities. And there are these titans, these humanoid titans that eat people. And they don't know why they eat people, they just do. One attack in particular has really sparked humanity to want to fight back. Yep, that's all I have to say. I don't want to say much. Please don't be like me and spoil yourself with stuff by accident. It wasn't on purpose, it was accidental, okay? Go into it blindly. And please go into it blindly. The Sandman Overture by Neil Gaiman. This is kind of like a bit of a prequel series into the main series, The Sandman. The Boy and the Dog by, where is it? Seishu Hase. I'm believing that's how you say the name. It follows a boy who has a dog, but the dog is not the boy's. The dog is meeting various people, is becoming a companion to various different people until he meets his owner. It is a Japanese novel. It started accumulating some Japanese novels that I really want to make a reading vlog out of. Also, I really gravitate more towards Japanese books that have animals in them. I don't know why. Saint by Adrian Young. It is a prequel story of sorts to the Fable duology, and it follows Saint, who is Fable's father. Follows Saint through his life, or how he became saint, like this really big merchant trader in the seas. Someone Else's Shoes. This is an anticipated release book for me as well. Follows two women. One of them is rich, but I think she's rich through marriage and she gets a divorce, so she's pretty much cut off from that money. Then we follow a woman who is a mother. She's like, I don't want to say she doesn't take care of herself, but she dresses very casually. She doesn't feel very confident in herself. They both go to the same gym. Their gym bags get swapped. The mother, that pretty much does everything. So the mother, that doesn't feel very confident in herself, accidentally takes the rich woman's shoes or gym bag, puts on a pair of shoes, like a pair of high heel shoes, and feels very confident, like a completely different person. Sacred Hospitality by Olivia Blake. It is a short, no, it's not a short story novella. I'm just gonna say it's a bit of a short story. It's like little novellas of your favorite characters. Raina was done dirty, and that one, she literally had one page. But yeah, I read it, and I don't necessarily think you do need to read it to enjoy the story. It's just, there's nothing adding to it other than just character dynamics, character relationships, getting to know characters just a little bit more, except for Raina. She was done dirty. Beach Read by Emily Henry. This is her first, I don't want to say her first one because I know she has written YA before, but it is her first, not young adult, her first adult romance book, I believe. Now, I think this is the one that follows two writers. One of them is literary fiction, the other one is a romance. They end up on a vacation together and they make a challenge together to write each other's books and to write the other person's genres, I believe. A Closed and Common Orbit. This is the second book in the Wayfarers series by Becky Chambers. You don't have to read these books in order. It's not like a typical series. People are annoying me. Come on. Okay. Bless you. Oh, look who come to visit. I heard scratching. Look, say hello. Look, say hello. Mwah. So, you don't have to read this series because it's not like a typical series. It's like a series that follows characters. It's like a standalone series, so you can read one and not the other kind of thing. This one, I believe, follows an artificial intelligence, I believe. Crown of Midnight. This is the second book in the Throne of Glass series by Sarah J Maas. We all know what it's about. It's a very, very popular, very hyped, for a good reason, series, and I'm not going to say what it's about. I think a lot of us do know what it's about. The Bookbinder of Jericho, which follows two sisters, Peggy and Maud. They're twin sisters. They are bookbinders, and as there's a war going around, World War I is starting. The two sisters, the binders, are running. Yeah, it is the sisters who work in the bindery that keep the intellect flowing, keep the books printing and stuff like that. Then we have the Dictionary of Lost Words. I do already have this book, but this book came free with this one, and I was not going to say no to a free book. This one follows a group of people who are writing the first English Oxford Dictionary, and I love this one so very much. I have already read it a couple of years ago, I think, or last year. I have 2 copies of it now, and I'm not getting rid of them. I then have 2 more Olivia Blake books. Alone with You in the Ether. This is a romance book between 2 people. One's a physicist, or is a mathematician? One's a counterfeit artist, and the other one is a doctoral student. Sounds like maths. It says calculations on time travel. Okay, so it might be physicist kind of thing or mathematician. I'm not entirely sure how that works. One for My Enemy as well. This follows 2 witch rival families who fight for the upper hand in New York City. This cover, I want this tattooed on my body. It is stunning. Happy Place by Emily Henry. It's a second chance romance, and it follows 2 people. Like I said, they were together before. They were actually engaged, but they split up. They haven't told their friends, but when they go on holiday with their friends, they have to pretend that they are still together. The plot by Jean Huff Korelitz. I read this book in a Reading Thrillers reading vlog, and it follows a teacher who was an author, or kind of still is an author. His student is very arrogant. This arrogant student writes a really damn good book, or plot of a book, or part of a book. The student dies. The teacher steals the plot but reworks it to make it his own, and he then is threatened because someone writes this teacher a note saying, "I know what you did." We Free the Stars. I already do have this book in a physical copy, but I bought the ebook of it to make it a bit easier for me to read. Was it any easier to read? No, it wasn't. So this world that I can't remember the name of, Arawiya, used to have magic. Magic is gone from this land. Two people, Zafira and Nasia, they both enter like a challenge kind of thing to bring magic back to the world. The Ferryman by Justin Cronin. I'm currently reading this right now. It follows Proctor, who lives in Prospera. He is a ferryman, so what he does is he transfers people via ferry to an island where they can be reiterated, so reincarnated. Sci-fi utopian. It's really good so far. The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna. This is going to be a movie as well, and it follows two sisters. There's a war, I think it's like a World War II novel. This last pile of books, they're too heavy to lift up. I'm not doing that. These ones are the books I bought from Book Depository. Rest in peace, Book Depository. You were fantastic. Yeah, they were closing down, unfortunately. So I decided just order a big purchase of books. So I did that. The first set of books are they're short stories in Italian. I'm going to Italy later on this year. I really want to learn a little bit more because I understand it more than I speak it. And then I also have Complete Italian. It's grammar, verbs, and vocabulary. Kind of teaches you how to speak Italian. Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin. It is not the holographic cover like I thought it was going to be. There is a holographic cover and it is absolutely gorgeous. It's not, it's like a textured, it's textured, like it's nice, it's pretty, but it's not the holographic one that I wanted. Follows two people, a man and a woman. They're two friends. I think their love is more platonic. They were very sick kids when they first became friends, and they make a video game together. That's all I know. That's all I want to know. Okay, probably for one of my most weirdest books that I have, and one I don't know how I'm gonna read, House of Leaves. This is supposedly like a very scary book. Look at that maze. That is a maze, right? Or is it kind of like a network of wires? I don't know. I don't even know how to read this book. Have I made a mistake? Probably, but one way to find out, that's by reading it. Oh my god. The last one is all of the rest of the books in the Sandman series by Neil Gaiman. We got number 7, number 10, and all of these editions of the 30th anniversary because I just love them a lot more. I believe this one is like a short story collection or a novella. Number 6, number 8, number 9, which is the longest one. This one has no right being this long for a comic book. 11, 5, and the last one, number 4. Oh boy, I've got lots of reading to do. Now the hassle of trying to find a home for them all. Let me know which ones you have read. Let me know which one sounded really interesting to you. Did you like any of these books? Have you hauled any books recently? See you in the next video. Goodbye.